What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, let's do another box office prediction, this time for the new Jordan Peele film, Nope, that's dropping this weekend on Friday. Let's go ahead and check out what we think it's going to do in the box office. You know, I'm actually a Jordan Peele fan. I like his first two movies, Get Out and Us. I think I had Get Out rated a 9.5 and I had Us rated a 9. I enjoy his style of horror. I'm a horror fan and I enjoy the way he sets these stories up. They both felt very unique, a little different from what we're normally used to seeing from the horror crowd. So yeah, I enjoy his films. Hopefully this one does the trick for me as well. But let's go ahead and see if we can figure out what it's going to do in the box office. And then of course, this is on Box Office Pro, where all the movie fans go. Long range box office forecast, Jordan Peele's Nope. So first thing, it starts off with the pros. It says here, after solidifying his comedic persona and popularity in the early to mid 2010s, Jordan Peele shot to immediate filmmaker acclaim with the breakout run of Get Out 5 years ago, which opened at $33 million stateside and led to $176 million. The film scored Peele an Oscar for original screenplay that year, and that success led him into Us, which of course was the biggest original horror opener in history at $71.1 million. Yeah, I think Jordan Peele has a certain talent for the horror genre, and I want to see if this film, which I hear is going to be more sci-fi than horror, but I want to see if he can kind of bridge that gap like some of the other successful auteurs have done, like John Carpenter, who did something like that with The Thing. I want to see if he can bring in horror and mix it with some sci-fi and make it a lot of fun. So it says here it's preliminarily tracking in the vicinity of Halloween Kills, which was a 49.9 million opener, and A Quiet Place Part 2 at 47.6, the top openers post 2019 so far. Yeah, I think it's going to exceed that, and the reason is because pandemic's over. These films came out during that time, and people are definitely more inclined to go out and check out horror movies, especially Jordan Peele, who's really done well. You can't take that away from him. He's had good openings so far. Are people still interested? Are people still enthusiastic? We'll have to see. It says here, Nope has generated steady online enthusiasm over the course of its early marketing stages. It's drawing sentiments from some of the trailer views. Yeah, like I wasn't really taken away by the trailers. I just have to be honest. I wasn't blown away by them. Like, the little alien thing seemed to be obvious, from that second trailer. It's like, okay, this is going to be about aliens. And then I just kind of was like, I'll see the movie. But it's not like the trailer made me want to go see the movie like Us did. Us made me want to, like, whoa, what's happening here? I got to go see this movie. This trailer feels a little bit more mysterious, and it's not really pulling me in. It's just kind of like, okay, it's Jordan Peele and I'm gonna see it, but the trailer itself didn't really do it for me. Maybe it did it for some of you. As an original film with major studio tentpole level marketing, plus an IMAX release in store, the film could stand out for moviegoers looking for something outside of the superhero or franchise realm during the second half of summer. Very, very true. I think that this film, especially for the horror crowd, is really going to, it's like, yes, I can't wait to go check this thing out. This is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this because Jordan Peele did a great job with Get Out, did a great job with Us. The horror fans really enjoyed both of those movies, and now they want to see what's next. What else does he have in store for us? Alien abduction, how far is he going to go with that topic? How far is he going to go with that concept? Are we going to get some real live horror on the screen? That remains to be seen. Pre-sales begin early. So it says here, these are the cons. Pre-sales went early 6 weeks ahead of release, which was kind of weird. So those are expectedly soft and not yet a reliable component of comprehensive tracking models. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when it was like, oh yeah, you can get your Nope tickets now, and I was like, man, this is early. Normally it's like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of time. If it's a big film like 4 or something like that, yeah, you could probably get it 6 weeks ahead of time. So yeah, that was kind of weird. But it's, it doesn't really give you a way of gauging it anyway. So I don't know if it's necessarily a con, but it's a con in terms of we can't really tell what this thing is looking like, with the pre-release sales. It said here, Us contrasted the run of Get Out as the former proved more divisive, ultimately earning a front-loaded $175.1 million. Yes. So weird thing about Us and Get Out is, you know, it's actually kind of funny because they both made the exact same amount of money. You can see Get Out did 255 million, and then so did Us, $255 million. And they both kind of split the international and domestic markets the same. Get Out had 176 million, internationally 79, and then Us was 175 million, internationally 80. So, and it mentions this part because even though they finished identically in terms of numbers, like Get Out had a long run. It only opened up to like $33 million in its opener, right? The opening weekend was $33 million, and it reached the same number that Us reached. Us opened up, as you saw earlier, at $71 million. So I'm curious to see how this film is going to do. Is it going to start out small and build? Is it going to start out big and drop? Or is it going to start big and kind of maintain? I'm thinking the latter, but let's go ahead and check out my numbers and I'll get further into that. All right, and here we go with the make it or break it numbers for Nope. So you can see there it has a $40 million budget. That's the reported budget. It may be not quite 40 million, but that's what we're going to go with for now, which kind of makes sense. His movies are more low key. They're not big budget films, you know, $100 million or anything like that. So I expect that 40 million is probably right on the nose. So that means it would need about $105 million to break even. We'll double check with that before we get to the box office breakdown on Sunday. But as you can see, $40 million budget, $105 million to break even. What is it going to do in the box office? Well, here's what I think it's going to do. So my comparison film for that was Us, okay? The last film that he did. So you can see what Us did. Friday night, $28 million, an opening weekend of $71 million, a domestic total of $175 million, and then a worldwide of $255. So we move over to my predictions for Nope. So like I said, I think Nope is going to start out pretty solid. $27 million Friday night and a $66 million opening weekend. But then I think what's going to happen is the word of mouth and the length of time that Universal is allowing these movies to stay in theaters, it's going to really leg it all the way out. And I think it's going to end up getting a pretty solid little domestic total of $220 million. Now that's huge. I don't think anybody else is predicting that, but that's what I think it's going to do, just because I think that this movie seems like it's going to have a long run in the box office. There's nothing around it right now, so it's going to come out. The last horror movie that dropped was The Black Phone. That was back a couple of weeks ago. I think it's already in its 4th or 5th weekend. So that's not going to interfere with this. I think Thor Love and Thunder is, you know, cratering right now. I don't think it's going to have a very good third weekend coming up. I think it's going to drop because in part to this film. And then the other films that are around it, these are all kind of smaller films. So I think that this is going to be really hot with a lot of young people, teenagers and young adults. I think are going to definitely want to check this out. So yeah, I think Nope's going to do pretty well. Reviews haven't really come in yet, but a lot of the reactions are positive. People are saying, hey, this is a very ambitious film. This film is going to really wow the audiences. People are going to really be excited about this. That's what the current initial reactions are. So we'll have to see how it all plays out over time. But that'll do it, folks. What do you think about Nope? Are you excited for this movie? And are you going to go check it out? And of course, what do you think of my box office numbers? Go ahead and predict it for me. Give me a Friday night, give me an opening weekend, a domestic total, and a worldwide total. Go ahead and leave that in the comments below. And I want to thank you all for watching. See you next time.